What up, everybody? Back for a quick one today. And I've been loving these little reminders on this Neville subreddit. Again, I mentioned in the previous post that I made that sometimes all that we need is really just a nice little success story, really just hearing somebody else's success really gets us motivated again. As human beings, we tend to be forgetful. We tend to, if we go unchecked without checking our thoughts, without keeping the negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative emotional states at bay, because unfortunately, and I've mentioned this many times, we tend to be in a primarily negative environment. The things in our media, the things around us, the people around us, all kinds of negativity gets put our way. So if we're not on top of this, we're not constantly kind of pruning and tending to the garden of the mind, we end up absorbing that stuff, guys. And that's why it's so important to curate and monitor who you're surrounding yourself with, what you're entertaining, what you're watching, the types of media that you're taking in, all of that stuff, right? But that's why it's so valuable to kind of just get on these Reddit posts sometimes. And that's why, even though I've been doing a lot more original videos lately, I love kind of going back to kind of how I started getting momentum with this channel in the first place, which is just going and reading some of these success stories and some of these stories on this Reddit, on this subreddit. And with that being said, here it is. It's called It's Really As Easy As You Let It Be. I stumbled upon this one reel on Instagram that talked about how effortless manifestation is. And while I know it's a done topic, I just want to share my 2 cents and make this sort of a reminder to self too. Because I'm having some days of sheer overthinking. And to be honest with you guys, I'm experiencing that too lately. I've been experiencing that as well. And that's why I'm really loving just being on a roll with this and going over these Reddit posts. It's really been inspiring me. And I hope it does for you as well. That's why I'm sharing them here. Look, you want ice cream. So do you go to the grocery store, getting it and eating it? You wouldn't really jump 10 times in one spot, do the shuffle, parkour on the way to the grocery store, play hopscotch, and then buy the ice cream and eat it, right? The same principle applies to manifestation and the law of assumption. We absolutely love, and I mean love, adding logic to it. We love controlling the how, the when. None of that is our problem. Repeat it 10 times and repeat it another 10 times and make it an affirmation. Manifestation is easy and effortless for me. That's a good one. That's a great, vague, umbrella, blanket affirmation that you can make right there. Just remove all the logic, assume with absolute focus and conviction, and see how, with minimal efforts, and sometimes even with just using a technique like SATs or scripting or robotic affirming, you can manifest it all. I hope this helps you all. Take care, peace, and happy weekend. And people are like, thank you, needed this reminder. Somebody here says, I love this. I'd like to piggyback on this for times when manifestations are taking forever. Let's say you go to the store and get chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, but they're out. Do you fret and worry and go, oh man, I'm never going to get my ice cream. Why doesn't my ice cream want me? No. You simply go to another store or come back when it's in stock. The same thing applies to getting your manifestation. Your subconscious will find the best way possible it knows, and sometimes it takes a detour. It may seem like it's taking longer, but it's just a different route. It happened to see your post and actually read it. LOL, good one. There's even having absolute faith as you walk to the store that your preferred flavor of ice cream is very much there waiting for you. Thank you for your kind words. Yeah, and this is pretty on point. And yeah, we all do this. Look, everything is in balance, right? Everything is. I've talked about this a lot on this channel. Things operate in shades of gray. It's not necessarily black and white. I love logic. I'm a very fucking logical person. I think that I think that using logic and rationality and rational thinking is one of the greatest gifts that we have at our disposal. At the same time, yeah, I do admit that sometimes we get in our own way by getting overly logical and overly analytical about things. So it's very important to have a balance with this stuff. And when you're really having your sessions or just affirming or whatever, you're really just putting out that energy into the universe. You're putting out your thought vibrations. And so dwelling and repeating on every single detail of the how and the why and the when, like they said, isn't necessarily going to serve you. Now, do I think that it's important to reflect on those things? I absolutely do. And I like to take a more balanced approach with this whole thing, as you guys may know. But I think that what really helps is completely diving in, doing it doing it that way where you're not paying attention to all that stuff. And then later you can go analyze, okay, what can I do? What can I improve? All of that stuff. There's a time and a place for both, right? But we don't want to be over analyzing things all the time, because then that's cutting us off from receiving that kind of higher guidance and our inner guidance system that's going to show us what we need to do. It's going to allow those things to kind of come to us, especially if we're engaging in some sort of visualization session, or allowing ourselves to live in that creative space. We really need to enter into that space and allow those things to come. That being said, guys, much love as always. Drop this video with a like, hit me with a subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.